I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item is the adoption of the agenda.
I move to adopt the agenda as presented. Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor? 6-0. First item is the approval of the July 6, 2020 personnel report.
I move to approve the personnel report for July 6, 2020.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? 6-0. And then the next item is the approval of the appointment to the Board of Education vacancy. I think everybody's been given the resumes, letters from the 12 applicants. We had just an outstanding batch of folks here, and I appreciate and want to thank them for their interest in this. I thought maybe the easiest thing to do would be to kind of just maybe throw out our first choice, see where we're at after reviewing these. If there's some type of consensus, then we go forward. If not, we can continue to discuss them. So now I'll just go down the line, so put you on the spot, Andrew.
Yeah, so when I was thinking about this, I was thinking about the people who elected Toby and kind of the qualifications that he brought to the board. And I think one of the unique things about Toby is that he had experience in education. And so that's why my first choice is Pamela Rivera.
Okay.
I like Andy Ortiz. That's my first choice.
I chose Raquel Thiessen as my first choice.
Okay.
Now that I've laid them out, there's mine. I am looking through all of these. I think one that stood out to me was also Andy Ortiz. I think he's got a lot of great things in his background as far as community involvement and engagement and education. And then I think it's also really important the things that he brought up in his letter, just kind of his family background and his history in schools and his personal background. I think a lot of that is something that we, at least I myself, don't understand because I didn't live through situations like that. And some of our students share those life experiences. So I think it would be good to have someone on our board who can relate to students, can relate to families in a way that a lot of us can't.
Yeah, we had a lot of applicants, far more than I expected. And I will say, I felt like every single one of them had something unique to bring to the table. And it was actually kind of hard to narrow it down because they're all very diverse from each other. But I think I'm on the same line as Mallory. I felt like Andy brings a lot to the table. I know we've discussed a lot about our Hispanic population, and we don't, I shouldn't say we, I won't say we. I don't want to speak for that demographic because I have no personal experience living through that, so I feel like he brings that to the table, so that would be my first choice.
Yeah, and I too, I thought Andy stood out. I don't know him real well, but I know him a little bit, and just a great guy, a real positive person. And I thought he'd make a really good addition to the board. So he too would be my first choice. So with that, looks like we probably have a consensus. Somebody would like to make a motion.
Matt, if I may.
Sure, go ahead.
I just, real quickly, I agree with a lot of things you guys are saying. I just want to let everybody know kind of what went through my head, I guess.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
So I did value somebody that had some experience in education. I did value somebody that
specifically had experience working within our district. We had several members there that were involved with PTO or site council, or even like parents as teachers, different programs like that locally. I value people that had involvement with the community as a whole. I think Andy definitely fits that bill. So I just, before we move on, I just want people to know kind of what was going through my mind as I looked through the list. And to be honest with you, the criteria that I chose, I might not have made the top, half of the list myself. There was really some excellent people that applied for this position, and I just want to tell everybody on there I'm grateful that they did that. There's people on there that I would say are my friends, and there's people on there that I would hope would be my friends in the future. So I just want to make sure that I make that clear in choosing any one person over another. It was a difficult decision for me to come up with my list of who I would like to see there.
I echo that. As I read through them, I was thinking, these people are way more qualified than I am.
I'm glad.
No, I know, right? It was. And I say this with the greatest amount of honesty. Every single one of these people brought something to the table, and it was like, oh, I like that one. And then I go to the next one, and it's like, oh, but I like this about this one. And Pam was one of them that I had up there on my list too because of her education background. So I think she would have been a great choice as well. And really, it was very difficult to narrow down. And just thank you to all of the applicants for throwing it out there. And
Well, and I think it's great that we have so many applicants to want to join us in our efforts in our school district. And you guys are all right. It was hard. I mean, there was a lot of great applicants out there, and it was a tough choice in looking through them all.
I think reading through all of these applications, well, maybe that person didn't jump to the top of my list, and making mental notes of maybe we can get this person into this group. They would really help us, give us some great perspective in this area or that area. So it was really nice to kind of get to know quite a few people that I didn't know in the past. So it's very interesting.
And for all of them who may be watching this on the stream, we have Board of Education elections every 2 years. And that's a super fun process. So I encourage you to stay involved with us. And if you're really passionate about this, throw your hat in the ring in the future. So, want a motion?
Sure.
Just looks at me.
Yeah.
You're so good at it. I move to appoint Andy Ortiz to the USD 373 Board of Education effective July 13, 2020.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All right, all those in favor? Opposed? 5-1. So, I'll reach out to Andy and let him know he's not already watching. So, thank you, everybody. I think that's it for the meeting. Entertain another motion for adjournment.
I move to adjourn.
All in favor? 6-0. Thank you very much. Yeah, who was? I know you probably.